kind of dislodged my tuck, but you know. This looks like a vibrator. Nothing says love like an anal fissure. Someone's ready to spill the tea. They should not be allowed to get injectables after they're on Drag Race.
Hi, I'm Diab.
And I'm Benjamin, and you're watching
My Best Friend's Gay.
RUcaps.
Because everyone likes it raw. Welcome, Benjamin.
Hi.
How you doing, love?
I'm good, darling.
Welcome to My Best Friend's Gay. I'm enjoying your throne.
Thank you so much, and I'm very comfortable.
Well, you've always been comfortable sitting on something, haven't you, love?
Exactly.
Ben has an incredible skincare line. Tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you. So I am the owner and founder of a company called Anti-Beauty. We're the world's first anti-beauty company. I don't really like the way that the industry targets people's insecurities in order to sell products. I believe that we're all beautiful in our own way, and so I wanted to create a brand that really represented that message, and also to be more inclusive. There's such a lack of representation in the beauty industry for our community, especially the trans community. So our products include world first HRT friendly products, which is something that I think has been long needed and that a lot of people would find benefit with.
That is really exciting. It is groundbreaking. It's revolutionary. And are there any other highlights about your products?
I've got a massive list.
I've seen you in Speedos. I know it's massive.
All of the products are made in Australia. They're handmade. We use a combination of native and Australian grown ingredients. One of my major ethoses is that we should be using more natural products and trying to keep our bodies as clean as possible. Everything is vegan, cruelty-free. The company is carbon neutral.
And I will just interject a little bit. A lot of people don't realize how few of our brands are actually made in our country. So that's really amazing that you've taken the initiative to not only use the benefits that grow within our country, but give jobs to people who are here that need them, especially in this trying time.
Absolutely. That was one of the main drivers really for the company, is that I wanted the products to be really high quality and to provide employment for people in Australia. I'm hoping to employ people from our community, maybe people that have an appearance, for example, that most companies wouldn't hire them for that specific reason. So people that might be pierced or tattooed or coloured hair, to me, that doesn't change the way that you can work.
I was wondering, because a lot of ladies out there have to get their faces lasered. You touched on the, being HRT friendly. Are these products safe to use during a laser treatment?
Yeah, absolutely. There would be certain products that we wouldn't recommend. For example, the vitamin A serum.
That's standard across the board anyway.
All of the products are really gentle but effective. They're all fine to be used with treatments at salons as well.
People are always often ready and willing and looking to support brands that are owned and run by minorities. And this is a queer owned and run brand. It's a rainbow company.
We are totally unabashedly LGBTQIA plus friendly, owned, operated, and I have no plans of that changing.
I haven't known you long, but seeing you with a bride would shock me a little bit. To update everyone who's not on board with this new format and to refresh it in Ben's mind, this is called RUcaps. Raw, why? Well, not only because we all like it raw, because it's minimal editing. It's more to the point, it's more natural, organic, it's more like a podcast. Why? Because I just don't want to fucking edit for a week. It's just more conversational. I want to have you in with us. This week, the episode challenge was a blue ball, meaning the queens had to produce 3 looks. The first one being a blue collar worker, the second one being a denim look, and the third one being a look that they constructed in the workroom out of unconventional fabrics.
Double denim on.
He's got his Canadian tuxedo on. First to the runway we have Little Miss Raja.
Simple.
The only part of it that became drag really were the heels and that she had a beehive with a hard hat on top.
I just don't think that it's very inventive. I don't think there's much creativity. This doesn't really look like a drag costume at all.
Here's a question of working within the parameters of the challenge. I liked it. Rarely do I like something simple. That's not true actually. Look at all my friends. I'm not gagging over it, but for the challenge I would give it a gag.
I wouldn't. This is, sorry, definitely ragged.
And next to the runway, we have Sonique. Look, I fucking love Sonique. But bitch, it ain't a carpenter. You're just a hot woman. No, your body looks fucking amazing. I love the cut, the proportions on you. Honey, thank your fucking surgeon because your body is incredible. Marry him. Because I don't think it actually reflects the challenge, I'm gonna rag that shit. Sorry, bitch, but I still love you.
And I'm gonna say the same thing. I don't really get the costume. I'm a fan of rips. Probably tell by what I'm wearing.
And your reputation.
Ragged as well.
Sorry, baby. Next to the runway, we have Miss Eureka as a crossing guard. Everyone knows I love me a big, fat, juicy, chunky, curvy bitch, and I fucking love this look. The color, the hair, her proportions are epic. The strut and then stop signs. Bitch. And that fucking child, when she turned around, there was a child that had run into the back of her ass and gotten squashed. Amazing. Fucking gagging for you, bitch.
I tend to agree. This is a beautiful costume. I just think it's great proportions.
It's elevated. It's taken it to a drag level, which we didn't see from someone like Raja.
I love the hair as well, gag.
Then we have Little Miss Jan, and why don't you start since you love it, my love?
This costume just speaks to me. I love this. It's so theatrical. I love the proportions. Really unique. Gag.
But she's not a blue collar worker. She's not a mechanic. Like, I love this look, but Jan's like, I'm gonna serve fashion this time on All Stars. But she's also not a fashion queen. She's like a musical theatre queen. She looks incredible. I love the look. That fucking highlighter is, competing with mine. I love it. But you're like bondage Mickey Mouse. It's not a white collar worker. Rags, bitch. Use that rag as your mechanic to polish your car.
I can just see her as a stack of tires in the corner of the workshop.
We have Jiggly Caliente. Jiggly. For me, it's hard. We kind of touched on it. A lot of girls who do drag end up their truth being that they are transgender. Sometimes it becomes quite pedestrian and you lose that costume element. And I found that Jiggly, to me, seems to be more like someone who's just living her truth in the workroom as opposed to taking it up to that next notch. And this one is more theatrical than other stuff she's done. And I'm still gonna gag it because I like it, but I think it could have been done bigger and better.
I have to agree with you that it is a little bit basic. It reminds me of the costumes we used to put together from Super 8, and I don't get the headpiece.
She's a sanitation worker.
Still don't get the headpiece. Right.
She came out with a bin which had all the other contestants' names on it. So, you shady bitch, I like that. Silky! Everything. Everything. The milkman, or the milkwoman, has come to town and you ravish me with that white fluid. Delish. What I love is, I don't know if this is her natural body or padding, but the proportion is so extreme and ridiculous that she's giving a Kardashian a run for her money, and I'm literally living. I think it's incredible. That tiny little beautiful face and this woman underneath, gagged.
I'm gonna gag this, except I feel like it should be blue.
Next, we have Scarlet Envy as a circular saw and wood.
That's really not a blue collar worker. I'm not a fan.
I actually love the look. Again, it's too abstract. I want to see queens, if you're gonna do fashion, take the actual piece and elevate it and turn it into drag for something, because it's such a specific theme. You really could make something quite campy and amazing out of, workman's overalls. But she's gone with this, and I think it's a great look, but it's not the challenge, so rag, bitch.
I say rag as well.
Next we have Miss Akiria C. Davenport. She's apparently a welder. At least her outfit's metallic.
If you're gonna be a welder, there should be sparks.
If you're gonna go a welder, why didn't you go Flashdance, bitch? You gagging or ragging, love?
Definitely rag. I think that you could have done something with sparks, with like fiber optic threads, with actual light.
Ben also has a design background, so just wait, bitches. He will come for you. I love the look, and I think if it wasn't a welder, it would have been amazing. And I'm gonna say rags, bitch, next. Miss Pandora Box as in the day, she is your local lunch lady, and at night, she moonlit as like a slutty waitress at a diner, I think. I loved it, but where was your fucking hairnet, bitch? She was smoking. Hygiene. I don't want your hair and your ash, just your ash. The character she had down pat. That's what I fucking love about Pandora. She didn't serve it last week. This week we got that campy, character-driven Pandora. I fucking love it.
As the costume change, taking the hairnet off and having sexy, hair that matches the sexy waitress. I am gagging over the second look. I want that. Gag, definitely gag.
Gagging, bitch. Next up, we have Jada Sophia and the return of her magical titties. She's a builder. Dykey, slutty, titty builder.
I was wondering what she was going for. I don't see it at all. I can see there's a little bit of dirt, there's some high vis.
That's not dirt, it's a blotchy tan. She's got these muscle pads on and tattooed sleeves, but the problem was the tattooed sleeves were loose. I didn't realize until she'd explained it and they had the cutaway that it was meant to be muscular arms.
Totally different skin tone. Rag.
Gag. Ginga Minga as a plumber, serving our Mario fantasy. I'm not even gonna go into it, just gag. It's fucking incredible.
I really love this outfit. I love the shine on the overalls as well. It's instantly recognized. You could instantly see.
I love really big, thick, juicy, fatty, chunky, whatever you want to label yourself drag queens. The bigger, the better. I fucking love them. And I love that she played. Mario is a curvier character. She used what she had and elevated it. Fucking Ginga Minga for the win. Gagging, gagged.
Gagged as well. I love it. Oh, I know who that is, but
Trinity K. Bonet is who it fucking is.
What the fuck is that costume?
I have been like a one-woman protest to bring Trinity back. She should have fucking gone last week, firstly. But now, with this shit, no.
It's literally like a uniform. There's nothing costume about it at all.
No.
Is she not wearing a UV yellow wig?
Oh, she is. I thought it was a neck sun protector. Whoops.
If you can't tell that it's a wig, then it's not a wig. This is definitely RAGS.
RAGS.
I hate it.
And then we get to our denim looks. And up first is Miss Raja, the pimp dress. Yes, that body, although I saw it last week and I'm seeing it this week. The nude body stocking, I don't get it. I'm going to look past it this once, but I hope it doesn't come back because it's, no.
Unless there's a purpose for it. No. I like the costume, but I don't like the bottom half of it. I think it's too bland, but I'm still going to say gagged.
See, I love the bottom half because I love that it's so busy and then there's a break and then you get the busy shoe. Her legs look like they go way past her asshole and up to her armpits. I love that it's just so tacky but looks like it's expensive. Gagged. We have Miss Kylie Sonic Love as a Britney Christina hybrid to also represent trans pride.
I immediately got that. The pants are the same as Christina's pants from the Stripped album, and the top is the same as the top from the Stripped album.
If you didn't know Ben was gay before, listen to this bullshit that he's spitting. You know, that's an Aggie Faye right there.
I love it, but I do feel like it's a body look. It's not a costume look.
It's interesting you say that. What I loved about Sonique is, yes, she does rely on the body a lot, but she also delivers beyond that. So I was letting it slide. A lot of people think that she's just relying on body, and I'm scared that she's going to fall into that trap. She's an incredible singer. She's got a lot of talent. I wasn't a fan of Sonique in his season because he was not a nice person. Turns out it was because he had a lot of heavy burden on him and he came out, he's not a he, he's a she. And I've been following her since that moment and she's flourished into the most incredible human being and such a positive role model for trans is normal, trans is beautiful. But I hope that it doesn't start slipping into the superficial. A lot of people in the community almost disregard trans girls for not having surgery. And I don't want it to just fall to that because you don't need that to be beautiful. I mean, if it's you,
Absolutely.
go nuts.
Yeah.
Get all the surgery you want. She does look fucking incredible. And her tits, I would take many a nap in those. I think they're fucking glorious.
She looks great. I mean, I just also wanted to agree with your comment about being able to come out as themselves. Like, it changes everything about you when you realise who you truly are and can accept and live that life.
And for anyone that wants to get upset, you know, she identified as he until she came out. So if you want to get angry, that's her story. I'm not going to rewrite it. And it's an incredibly courageous story to do on international television. I'm going to gag because, I mean, I will say, despite it being a fucking rag strapped to her areolas, she did it well. Like, she looks incredible.
I initially thought the costume was basic and it is a literal direct rip-off of a famous costume, but I'm still going to gag it.
And next up, we have the Queen of Curve, Miss Eureka. I didn't understand the humor in the costume that the judges saw. They're like, oh my God, I love that you're humor. No, I just thought she looked hot. I loved the proportions. It plays into that kind of coat look that she loves. I loved the hair. The hair I love because it's ugly, but I love it. Eureka, gagged. Wait, readjusting the plug?
What's that?
Readjusting the plug, you're just like,
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Turn it up a speed. Ooh.
I kind of get a little bit of a Matrix vibe, which I like, but it's just not next level to me. You were saying the judges found comedy in it. I don't know what that is.
It's the giant E. They thought it was funny.
I'm sorry, I'm going to say rag.
I'm oddly defensive of Eureka because everyone hates her for some reason. I fucking love the cow and no, gagged. Next up, we have Miss Jam.
It's a costume. It's unique, which is something that I've been saying the whole episode that I'm looking for, but that ain't it, sis.
Cis or cyst? I loved it. The only thing was, she should have patted her ass because when she turned around, it was this saggy, crinkly, all gathered up, which, look, I let it slide because that is a fucking feat of engineering. That costume is incredibly made. It is a work of art. It is so beautiful. It's a gag.
Rag. No apologies for it.
And next up we have Miss Pedestrian herself, Jiggly Caliente.
I actually gagged this look.
I loved it as well! I thought she looked beautiful!
Yeah, it's so basic, but it hits the point. Like those stickers under her skateboard, I used to have that alien all over.
Stop telling
90s
everyone how
baby.
old you are.
90s baby. This reminds me of high school. Gag.
I don't know why I love it so much, because it is literally the most pedestrian thing you can wear. But her makeup seemed elevated. I don't know if it's because it seemed darker because she has the dark hair. I love the swooped bang. There's just the plain outfit. I fucking live for it. She padded her boobies a little bit more, which really played to the weight of the line of the pants. Yes, gagging, you queen. Yeah, this is the jiggly I need to see. Silky nutmeg ganache. Sweet baby Jesus. That beautiful black skin with that fucking ruby red. Her skin tone has just that level of yellow in it that it just makes reds, blues, and golds, like all primary colors, look magical. I'm all fucking about it. And her proportions. Her hips don't look as big here, but I still love it. Gagged.
I agree with your comments about the colouring. I think that the red could have been a little bit of a brighter red. Definite gag for me, but I just wish it had been a little bit brighter.
Miss Scarlet Envy, serving up 80s porn star. There's not much denim going on here, but you look great. We know that you suck dick in gutters, and I'm here for it. Gagged.
I'm gagging everything except the hat. I think the hat looks cheap.
Can we not debate that this woman's morals are cheap?
There's cheap and then there's badly made.
True.
Rag. I feel like it's a boss Karen hair.
I bet her mum was a Karen and that's why she's rebelling with dick. Miss Akiria C. Davenport in her early 2000s R&B getup.
Yeah, I love this. TLC.
I'm
I'm so showing my age.
I got a bit of a Leah from it. Aaliyah loved a lace up.
I really love this look. I love the wig. I love everything about this. I feel like it does look a little bit cheaply made, but still gag.
I don't get the cheaply made because when your outfit is this slutty, it always looks cheap, but I fucking love it. I love that someone who is smuggling a dick and balls is wearing something that has no panties. I am fucking here for it. The judges said that it looked like something you'd see someone in a nightclub in. What slutty ass nightclub are you going to and how do I get in VIP? Gag. And then we have Miss Panhora Box. It's
The
campy.
tuck's looking a little meaty.
Oh God, that's a prolapse. It's a uterian prolapse. Push that one too many babies, love.
I'm not
And
a
she
fan
knows
of
it.
the proportions of this. I like the concept. Very Dolly Parton.
I'm with you on the proportions. The proportions are totally off. She looks like she's walking on toothpicks. She looks like she's slightly overstuffed and she's not a big girl. And then
Yeah.
the tiny hat exaggerates it.
100%. It's made really weirdly. She looks really top heavy.
I would say the place that has probably fitted the best is on her midi tuck. I like the concept. It just wasn't well executed. That being said, well executed costumes aren't Pandora's gig. And for
Yeah.
that, I'm gonna give it a gag.
The proportions are just too off for me. Rag.
Next up we have Jada Sophia.
I don't understand what's happening under the belly button.
I will tell you exactly what's happening. So she went into this whole thing with low riders so low, her vagina's almost hanging out. Those two lumps you can see are her testicles that are tucked.
Whoa.
I've seen it on many, many very lean girls in clubs when they want to wear a unitard, leotard, whatever. You can see their nuts where their pubes grow, their pubic bone. They're her testicles. What's holding her testicles in, I'm sure, is the waistband of those fucking... They're not even low slung. They may as well be off around her knees and ankles or whatever. Bralette thing underneath that's too dark. The makeup and the hair that's too flat. There's too many extremes going in too many different directions and none of them are complementary or working together. So I'm gonna rag it.
This is weird. Rag.
And next we have the glamour toad, Ginga Minga. Benjaminga.
I really love this. I love the proportion of it. I think it's really, really flattering.
I love it. To me, it reminded me of her leather and lace look from her season 7, I believe. It was very on theme, that kind of Elvis country. I'm all about it. And I keep saying it when it's the big girls, but I love a big girl that embraces her curve. Work with what you've got and flaunt that shit. That juicy, I want to just nibble on every part. I think she looks adorable. I'm just so obsessed with Ginger. Gagging.
I can't get over how flattering it is. I think she looks like amazing. Gag.
And then we have Miss Trinity K. Bonet in what she says is a hippie 60s, 70s look. Well, I think she said hippie 70s. I'm like, bitch, that's 60s conservative, but okay.
I still get that hippie look though.
She doesn't look like she smells like patchouli and regret. This is not a hippie. She doesn't look like she smells like B.O. She is going to the library.
She's like Brady Bunch era.
I love the design, but the fit was shocking. Rag, because rag. It's rag. All my campaigning and this is what you're doing to me, hurting my feelings. I feel like this is a personal attack and I don't like it.
You can see how badly fitted it is. I like the concept of it as well. It's a rag for me. From the neck up, amazing.
For those of you who stuck around, we get to the final chapter of our Blue Ball, the unconventional challenge. For those of you, which I'm sure you know, they have to use unconventional products, cups, blankets, blah, 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 blah. This is where it becomes interesting because do you use something that's obscure? Some people will use a blanket. You can debate that that's fabric. So let's see what thoughts are.
This is the section that I'm most excited about.
First way up, we have Miss Akiria C. No, we have Raja. Whoops.
I initially actually thought this was one of the denim looks. It reminds me a little bit of Mugler. I think it's relatively high fashion. I hate the material and I just think that she's done nothing special with it. It's fabric and she's made a nice garment.
To me, it's very almost like Gaga in her early days. I don't want to be like one of the judges. So last Drag Race, for those of you who watched, you knew that Kitty and I hated that the judges would give them something and then critique them for what they gave them. So I don't feel like I can be too hard on her for using a blanket. That was what was given to her. You can either debate that she was intelligent for grabbing that first or that it was a dumb move because it's unconventional. It's a bit of a tricky one for me. I'm going to gag because it's very well made. She looks incredible. And blue lips can look really shit on a lot of people. She's chosen the right blue for the depth of her skin. I think she looks great. So gagging.
Definitely a gag.
I must say though, this is where her body stocking hung out the most and it irked me to shit. So throw it out. And next up we have Miss Kylie Sonique Love. And in her, as she said, VMA, like awards look, I love, and I'm gonna just start with the makeup. I love that she's blocked out her brow, she's rocking a wig, she's taking me to a drag place. She looks tacky as all fuck, like a pussycat doll, and I fucking love it. Gagged.
Definitely rag for me.
How dare you?
I don't like it at all.
How very dare you?
I love the hair. I love the hair. I love the makeup.
See,
I
the
love
hair?
the diamond. What's that?
The hair was a little bit flaccid dick for me. It's like a saggy kind of ponytail. It's like kind of what I put my hair up in when I go to sleep. Like
I feel like it could have been fuller.
See, I think it could have been tighter and like up and over.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to have to rag this because that's the best part of it for me.
It does kind of look like rags, but it gives me, you know, that Britney Justin 2001.
Oh, nah, don't you dare. That's so offensive to Britney. I can definitely understand the comparison, but nah.
Miss Eureka in her paper ice skater dress. Paper. Absorb that for a minute. I think it was actually pee pads. Paper. Absorb like the urine. Ooh, I'm sorry. Again, I'm gonna bring it up, but a body that needs structure and drag, and she made this out of paper.
Gagged, but I feel like her vagina's showing.
It is. It was totally cut short up the front.
And I definitely get this ice skater vibes. If I was a figure skater, I would be wearing costumes that short too. So definitely gag.
Give me all that inner thigh roll, Eureka. Next, we have Jan, who did a take on her unconventional challenge look from her season. I did not see the connection. Many people have made the comparison to the Hunger Games. I see a little bit of Violet Chachki in her Hello Kitty look. She looks beautiful. It's so well done. It's executed like a dream. The styling is gorgeous, even down to the blue finger smear paint highlighter. Gag.
Yeah, definitely a gag for me as well. It's definitely Marie Antoinette on acid for me. I just wish the skirt was full length.
And next up, we have Miss Jiggly Caliente. Everyone knows how I feel about her fucking drag choices, so I'll leave it to Ben for this one for now.
I was going to say, does she only have one arm? It is so cheap. I don't like it at all.
I'm going to put out there that before she was judged by the judges, she was very proud of her as she kept boasting like hooker party dress, slut party dress, something about being promiscuous, and that's the dress to do it in. I don't know who's sticking their dick in you in that, because I think that dress is what turns boys gay.
I love her makeup, but it's not a makeup challenge. The butterfly in the hair, it's just so random.
To me, she looks like she rolled in garbage.
Like, there's just random things stuck on. Nah, drag, hate it.
Her delicious Filipino skin was dripping in gold shimmer. Her naked would have been a goddess. But this dress, it is made, literally looks like it's made of rags. Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
This is really cute. It reminds me of like a child superhero or something. I'm not sure what the inspiration is. It's not made very well, but it's a weird materials challenge. Yeah, I think it's really cute, and I'm loving the top pony on all of these queens.
I love it. I love, as I've said, her ridiculous lower proportions. I fucking am obsessed with them. It's so extreme. And the quilted fabric only added to it, which gave me everything. I like it. But now that you've said it's poorly constructed, I don't, because I'm now seeing everything that I missed the first time. And it hurts my feelings because I love me some Silky. She looked like she had tissues falling out of her bra when she bent over. It was a pom-pom that had kind of died a little bit.
Mine's still a gag. And I like the little gloves as well.
Oh, no, that's one thing. They had a close-up of her doing something and she had nails on except for that one finger. So she looked like an amputee. I was living for her stumpy finger fantasy. Now because of Ben, it's a rag, but I was gagging before she opened a big fucking mouth.
Sorry.
Scarlet Envy. Unconventional challenge what? You can't not like this dress. This is impeccable.
It's perfect. It doesn't look like it found like a random items challenge.
This does not look like a dress that was made in a challenge.
No, not at all. I would see this as a normal runway look that they brought that was pre-prepared. I really like that shoulder kind of cuff that she's got there as well. I love that hair.
The big hair, the extreme hip with the fishtail gagged.
100% gag.
And look number 475, we have Miss Akira C. Davenport in her dress made of cups.
This is 100% gag for me. This is really high fashion to me. I don't like the slit placement. I think that could have been adjusted a little bit, but definitely gag. I love it. I would wear this. I like the future and space, and this reminds me of Alien.
I don't like garbage, and this is what it reminds me of. Rags.
Yeah, so it's a rag, but I still love it.
And then we have Miss Pandora Box. Why would you want to make your midsection wider?
Nothing special about it at all. I love the asymmetry at the bottom.
The handkerchief hemline. From the neck up, her face and hair, she looks so beautiful. But she looks like back in the day when you weren't allowed to flaunt that you were pregnant, so she's trying to hide the baby bump. Rags.
Her head reminds me of Miss Hannigan from Annie.
And also the teacher of the Magic School Bus.
Oh my god! Miss Frizzle! It is exactly Miss Frizzle!
And up next we have Miss Jada Sophia, who was bragging about how she got this, was not making it. She wanted to see what everyone else made. They didn't actually see her making it. It landed her in the bottom. I don't see why. The skirt was tarpaulin, which I thought she did a great job with. The bustier, I did not see any materials, and I wondered if she actually made that. And the next look or the one after has something similar, so it must have been. I thought it looked great. I think it's her makeup. To me, it's very almost scary. It's very aggressive. Eyes, the cheek. What she's done is just made her chin look like a golf ball has been jammed in there. I think this look was beautiful. You can tell it's unconventional, but I think it's really well done. I'm gonna gag it.
I agree with the makeup, and I've kind of felt that way with all of her looks. That cheekbone and then the white shading here is really unusual. Her head reminds me a little bit of Ursula.
The light contacts in contrast to all the dark
hollow eyes. It's a gag for me. I like it.
And up next we have Miss Ginger Minge, or as I like to say, Ginga Minga. In her little, I don't know what you call it, raincoat. She looked cute. I really liked the aggressive highlight that she wore on the center of her face to draw focus. What's killing me is because she's, look, this is not shaming, I'm just technically speaking. She has a double chin and she's cut her new jawline, very high jawline, and she's gone like this. Oh my God, wait, look, her jawline is actually coming straight from her ear.
Yeah, from her ear. Yeah.
No, it's above her ear. It's above her lobe, so it's coming from here. Look at that. Do I look beautiful? But the outfit, I think, is glorious. I think it might have been made out of shower curtains. Apart from the bodgy jawline, I'm gonna gag it.
I hate it.
I like it. It almost looks like pleather.
I hate that pattern. It's not her fault. I don't think the fit is very good. And I don't like the wig.
Next we have Miss Trinity K. Bonnet. In her Cinderella fantasy, it is a fucking horrible look, but I think she turned it out. There's something about it that I can't say no to. The lace is problematic. Girl, get your lace together. I love that it looked unconventional. I think it was just the fit's a bit off. No, do you know what? I hate it.
Oh my God, I am in love with this. I think the corset should have been, like,
yes,
the corset is not very well done.
Can we not debate that you're just a cliche homosexual? So whenever anything sparkles, you're like, yes!
Oh, it literally, that's one of the main things that I love about it is that mesh over the, like, I'm a sucker for anything holographic.
Honey, we know you're a sucker. We've seen your videos.
The mesh over the skirt, oh my God, that is such an aesthetic. Whole outfit gag.
The winner of the challenge is Miss Raja, and we find out the lip sync assassin is Brooklyn Heights. the Canadian queen, our northern sister. Let's start with Raja's look, shall we? I do love that it was blue. Well, it was blue and green. I thought she looked like a dancer or showgirl. I'm gonna gag it. Simple but gag. Good choice to do a lip sync in. You can move in it.
That is 100% gag. It is beautiful. I love it.
Done.
Gag, gag, gag.
And then we get to Miss Brooklyn Heights, who, true to form, looks like an 80s porn star, and when I say I'm here for it, I'm here for it. She's a dancer. She always wears that fucking squatty heel. I will slightly look past it. She looks like sex. Vintage sex, and I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I love the lace detail up the thigh.
All arrows
Yeah,
point to her pussy. Yes.
Gag.
Gagging.
But it's an aesthetic and I love it.
It's not meant to be fashion. She has no gag reflex, yet I am gagging. Yes. Lucky last, Mama herself, Miss Rupaul. I'm fucking sick of her not dressing on theme. If Michelle Visage can dress on theme, motherfucker, you can too. She loved the look. Beautiful. But not for this. Rags.
I really love the look. I really love the fabric and the shine. And I didn't even think about what you just said, but I totally agree. It's a rag because it has nothing to do with theme. If that had been different shades of blue, that would have been epic.
So, Ben, that concludes our gagged or ragged raw recap for this week. How do you feel? Did you enjoy yourself?
It was so much fun. Oh my god. I felt like a bitch.
Felt like a bitch, sounded like a bitch.
Looked like a bitch. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for inviting me.
On that note, thank you for tuning in to My Best Friend's Gag once again. Until
Wow.
next time.